Before we begin our discussion about modifier, first let me explain to you about the two user interface element inside the modify panel. This pull-down list is called the modifier list. It contains a list of modifiers that we can use on the objects in the scene. And next is this big area. This is called the modifier stack. This is where we can see lists of modifiers attached to a currently selected object. Okay, so what is modifier? Modifiers are special functions or properties that can be attached to an object. Modifier can alter the shape of the object, manage its texture, make the object follow other objects, and many other functionalities. Just for example, I have these teapots. I'll pick this one and go to the modifier list, and then I'm going to apply melt modifier on this teapot. Now let's draw our attention to the modifier stack. Notice we have melt on top of the teapot. If we pick the other teapots, we don't see this melt modifier on them. We can see it's only teapot in the modifier stack. This concludes that a modifier is unique to that certain object that is being applied to. Because we select only this teapot when adding the melt, so only this teapot has the melt modifier. Now we can add more than one modifier on an object if we want to. For example, I'm going to add lattice modifier on the second teapot. Lattice modifier will convert any edges to cylinder and any vertices to sphere. So we have something like this. And then on top of it, I'm going to add another modifier, which is a twist modifier. As the name implies, this modifier will twist the object. Now we can see we have two modifiers, which are lattice and twist, attached to one object. Let's go back to our first teapot. If we look at the area below modifier stack, we have different parameters than the original teapot. What we have here are the parameters for the melt modifier, not the teapot primitive object. So we can tweak, for example, how much the object has melted, etc. What I actually want to highlight is that the parameters of the original teapot is actually still exist. We can click in this teapot list in the modifier stack, and now all of the parameters of the teapot show up again. We can change, for example, the radius of it and other stuff available in here. And when we go back to the melt modifier, the changes reflect instantly. So we learned that this area down here will change according to the list you pick on the modifier stack. And we also learned that most modifiers are applied to the objects in a non-destructive way. In other words, mostly we can always go back and change stuff later on. I said mostly because there are some modifiers that will break if we go back and forth and change the objects below it. Okay, if we want to delete a modifier from an object, let's say we want to get rid of this melt modifier, we can simply click this trash icon. And now the modifier is taken away from this object. Sometimes, when we are working on a base object or on a modifier below other modifiers, but we want to see the final result instantly on the top modifier stack, we can actually do this by clicking this button. For example, we can see that I can change the radius of this teapot while see the end result of the modifier stack after lattice and twist applied to this object. There are so many modifiers available in 3ds Max, and there will be even more modifiers added if you start installing plugins to your 3ds Max application. I encourage you to explore these modifiers yourself because the more modifiers you know, the more option and speed you will gain working with 3ds Max.